Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're really plunging into something fascinating, a recent conversation between Lex Fridman and Mark Zuckerberg, all about the future of AI. Our mission, as always, is to pull out the absolute key insights, the nuggets of knowledge from their chat. We want to give you a sort of shortcut to understanding where AI is headed, straight from two people who are, right at the center of it all.
Yeah, and it's especially interesting getting their perspective directly from Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, he's not just watching AI happen. Meta is actively shaping it, pouring massive resources into R&D. So this conversation, it really digs into practical applications, some pretty surprising predictions, and also these bigger philosophical questions that are already affecting the tech you're using, like right now.
Okay, so let's ground ourselves first. Where are we today? How does Zuckerberg, heading up this AI giant, describe its current power and, importantly, its limits? What really jumped out?
Well, what struck me was his point about how foundational AI already is. It's not just the flashy features you see, it's embedded in the infrastructure, making everything work behind the scenes. He talked about Meta's large language models, like the tech behind Llama 3. It's not just for chatbots, they're using it internally, understanding user intent, refining ad algorithms like crazy, even generating code to speed up their own development.
Generating code internally, wow.
Yeah, and he mentioned computer vision too, like uh, a system they're testing that can identify thousands, over 5,000 different objects and videos. That's obviously crucial for content moderation, sure, but also for building that visual understanding they need for future AR stuff.
Right, that makes sense. And he also touched on the recommendation engines, didn't he? The ones that shape our feeds on Instagram and elsewhere. It's more complex than just showing us similar things, apparently.
Oh, definitely. He described how these systems have evolved way beyond simple pattern matching. Zuckerberg went into how Meta's AI can now predict not just what you directly like, but these latent preferences, things you might be interested in based on really subtle cues in how you interact, even if you haven't explicitly liked that kind of content before.
Latent preferences, okay.
Yeah, and he cited this internal metric, their AI surfacing relevant but unexpected content boosted user engagement by over 20% in some tests. So it's not just an echo chamber, it can actually broaden your horizons, supposedly. It really shows how AI is subtly shaping our perceptions, often without us even noticing. It definitely sets the stage for what's next.
Absolutely, it does. Those capabilities really frame our expectations. So, okay, let's look ahead then. What did the conversation reveal about the AI we're likely to see, maybe interact with in the next few years? And specifically, how does Meta see AI fitting into the metaverse, AR, VR, that whole ecosystem?
Zuckerberg painted this picture of AI becoming much more intuitive, moving beyond just screens, interacting with us more naturally. He gave some pretty concrete examples. Think about virtual assistants. Not just reacting to commands, but like proactively guessing what you need based on context.
Okay, like what?
Like maybe suggesting a travel route because your calendar has a meeting in a new place, or automatically summarizing emails before a call. And he specifically mentioned Meta's work on AI personas for the metaverse.
AI personas.
Yeah, really realistic, expressive AI avatars. They can show nuanced emotions, hold complex conversations. The goal is making virtual interactions feel way more human.
So, AI that really understands intent and communicates naturally. What about something like, say, language barriers?
That was a big one he highlighted. Real-time, seamless language translation, not just text to text, but voice to voice, with really low delay, keeping the natural tone. He said Meta's aiming for under 200 milliseconds delay for voice translation. That's almost human conversational speed.
Wow, that would be game-changing.
Totally. Imagine being AR, talking to someone in another language, and it just happens, almost invisibly. And he talked about advanced interfaces for AR and VR too, where AI reads not just gestures or where you're looking, but maybe even subtle biosignals. Neural input, maybe?
Neural input, seriously?
Yeah, to create these incredibly immersive, intuitive ways to interact in digital spaces. His phrase was something like, making the digital feel physical through AI.
It's really striking how these applications seem to just blur the lines between digital and physical. These aren't small updates, are they?
No, not at all. This is more like a fundamental rethink of how we interact with computers with information. Imagine an AR assistant showing information right onto your view of the world, guiding you through fixing something complex, maybe, highlighting parts, or an AI avatar representing you in a global meeting, but with real presence, real expression. Zuckerberg made a point about Meta investing heavily in custom AI chips, too. They need serious power for this real-time, high-fidelity stuff, especially for AR glasses, where lag kills the experience. If you connect the dots, it's not just better tech. It's entirely new ways of interacting, communicating, experiencing things. It changes how we engage.
Okay, so we've covered the present, the near future. What about further out, the really long term horizon? Did they get into artificial general intelligence, AGI, AI that thinks like us, or maybe even better, and the huge societal ethical questions that come with that kind of power?
Oh, yeah, they definitely went there. It got pretty philosophical. Zuckerberg talked about AGI as this long term research goal, kind of a North Star for AI development,
Hmm.
machines with human level cognitive abilities across the board. He didn't really put a date on it, but the focus was more on the implications. What happens if we get there?
Right, like jobs.
Exactly, that came up. The potential impact on the job market. Zuckerberg seemed, well, relatively optimistic. He argued that, yeah, some jobs will change, some might disappear, but new ones will pop up. His focus was more on how AI can augment human abilities, not just replace them outright.
No, augmentation, not replacement. But what about the practical challenges, like AI bias or keeping control? How did they address those?
That's where it got quite specific. They talked about bias, how AI learns from data, and if the data has societal biases, the AI can pick those up, even amplify them. Zuckerberg mentioned Meta's efforts in auditing training data, using explainable AI techniques to try and spot and reduce these biases.
Explainable AI. Okay.
And on control, the whole alignment problem came up, making sure super smart AI goals stay aligned with what humans actually want. Zuckerberg seemed to lean towards building safety protocols and human oversight right into the development process from the start, not tacking it on later.
Makes sense.
They also got into the open source versus closed source debate for these big AI models. Zuckerberg's a big proponent of open source. He argued it lets more people scrutinize the models, find safety issues faster, and it spreads access, makes it more democratic, maybe safer overall. Transparency builds trust, basically.
Right. It's fascinating, isn't it? Building the powerful AI is one thing, but figuring out how to manage it, the societal impact, that's maybe the even bigger challenge.
Precisely. The debates around jobs, bias, control, open versus closed, they're not abstract. They're about making sure AI actually benefits humanity responsibly. That tension between pushing forward fast and making sure we do it safely, it's only going to grow as AI gets smarter. It's not just tech, it's deeply social, deeply ethical. Your conversation really gave a glimpse into that ongoing discussion.
So, moving beyond the worries, what about the upside, the positive potential? How did they talk about AI empowering us in our work, creativity, just everyday life? That part felt pretty optimistic.
Yeah, definitely. What really stood out was the focus on augmentation again. How AI can basically extend our abilities, let us tackle problems that were just too big or complex before. They talked about AIs as sort of super assistant for thinking tasks.
Like in science.
Exactly, like an AI scanning all the research on a disease, finding patterns humans might miss, even suggesting new hypotheses to test. Zuckerberg said Meta is already using AI internally to help design better neural networks faster. So AI helping build better AI.
Huh. So, AI helping humans be, well, better humans in a way. How does that apply to things like creativity or learning for individuals?
Right. For creativity, picture an AI is a collaborator for an artist. He described how AI could generate starting points, musical ideas based on a mood, visual concepts from text, and then the human artist guides it, refines it, pushes boundaries together. The human role, as Zuckerberg put it, isn't about raw computation. It's about the uniquely human stuff. Critical thinking, empathy, abstract thought. AI amplifies those.
Okay, I like that idea.
And for learning, he talked about AI enabling personalized education, systems that adapt to your pace, your style, making advanced knowledge way more accessible. You look at the bigger picture, it's not just about doing things faster, it's about redefining what humans are capable of, opening new doors for discovery, innovation, art. It kind of pushes us to think about our unique strengths and how we use them alongside these powerful tools.
So, wrapping this up, we've gone from AI's current power, which is already deeply woven into our digital world, to this near future vision of it blending digital and physical through AR and VR, and then looking way out at AGI, the huge ethical questions, but also this incredible potential for AI to augment us, to boost our own capabilities. This deep dive into Friedman and Zuckerberg really gives you a powerful snapshot of where AI is and where it might be going.
Yeah, and maybe it leaves you with a question to chew on. If AI really is becoming an extension of our own intelligence, our own capability, how does that change our own responsibility? Our responsibility to cultivate things like wisdom, empathy, critical thinking within ourselves. Because the more powerful our tools get, the more important our own judgment, our own intention becomes. Right?
That's a great point to end on. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. We hope this exploration has given you plenty to think about as you navigate this incredibly fast changing world, especially with AI at the